Hey guys, and welcome to Farming Simulator 2017 on Oakfield Farm. So, the issue you saw on Wednesday got fixed very quick, so fair play to the testers. One of them, I forget who his name was, I want to say it was Pete, but I could be wrong. Knew exactly what it was pretty much, and Oxygen put in the old GMK script. So, put the new one in, it's working fine. So that is probably what we're going to be doing a bit of now we can actually fertilise. So we can fast time and grow the millet there. I'm looking forward to that. I believe field 34 up there, that hasn't got crop in it yet, I don't think. Believe it's cultivated though, or at least ploughed. Yeah, it's cultivated, doesn't have seed in there. So we're going to take the curvets up there and probably get that going on courseplay and have at her. So the curvets, I started that up, and hopefully you guys heard the sound. I've got a sound mod from Mod Hoster for it, and my god, I've fallen in love with the thing again. The thing sounds like an absolute animal. Again, even more so than it did before. Just the turbo spool, everything about it. Sounds amazing. It really does. So right now we've got Cedar on the Challenger. So jump out of the curvets, jump into the Challenger. Probably actually need to go refill it quick. Crap. Can park that there. Jump into this. Now the curvets, a lot of people may not know really where these come from. Initially, they're a Russian tractor. Yeah, they're not really in the UK. There's probably a few kicking around, but nothing crazy, obviously. Where do they stem from? These were in the Russian military as ballistic missile tugs, basically. They pulled them around. Quite the complete opposite from what they're mainly known for now, and that's agricultural vehicles. Now, the K700A in particular, I don't know if that was a variant built for purely agriculture. I think it was. I believe the K700, the Flattress K700, was the military variant for pulling ballistic missiles around. So they're not built with huge horsepower. This one here, I believe it's accurate from stuff I've seen and heard about in the past. This is only 216 horsepower. Now people see a huge articulated tractor and automatically think it's probably close to 600 to 500 horsepower. Not in this case, but it's heavy. It's built like a brick. You guys that are old enough know the same. As you guys can see, when this is being used with more realistic mod, whoever did the script to it, I can't remember, well, not the script but the XML for it, it's done a very good job. It feels heavy. It changes the way it handles drastically, it really does. It's one of my, just from quickly driving it around, you definitely feel the difference. It's a big difference in this thing. And you can also tell it's somewhat heritage by the fact the way the cab's set up. Very unusual tractor style, not sat in the middle. You start off to the right hand side here. Now I believe they've got variations of this, well I know they have, that have the front loaders on the back end, and the drive-in and all of that, so we're looking at the cab, is swapped around, so the front loader's here and you're driving the opposite way around. If you look at it, you can see that. You can actually see that quite happily. I think a lot of people know this more commonly nowadays from the game called Spin Tires Mud Runner. It's in that. But I don't know what it is about the curvets. I always like using them now and again, and well, it's back for a while. We'll swap it out at some point. This was one of the first mods that came out in FS17. It was this by BM Modern and another team, I forget who they are. And done a good job, of course, because it was so early out, and they've never done anything to it since, really. They fixed a few things here and there. It's got no IC, no nothing like that. Because it's on consoles. Which is unfortunate. because before it had opening windows and doors that opened. One thing I would say about this model is the interior, because it's been bought up from 15 and I believe even 13. You can see the pixelation in the logo there. It's not as crisp as the dials over there, which don't work. They're completely fictional. They don't light up when you put your lights on. It's a very, very, very basic mod, for sure. But nonetheless, it's a good one. It's just different, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't get, I guess, is I like using unique stuff. Nothing too outlandish, but just something different. As I say, I've got no doubt in my mind there's some of these kicking around in the UK. Probably nothing crazy, but no doubt they are. And if they are, they're more likely used at tractor pools or stuff like that. I doubt they're being worked. You get over mainland Europe and stuff like that, it's probably a different question. Love the horn has this kind of like static coming from it. The bzzz. Pretty cool. Now, I'm not too sure what we're going to seed up here. I don't think we've done rye yet. Where have we done oats? I'm not sure. I think we've done oats. I don't think we've done rye. Millets. Is that right? That's right there. I'll have to have a look in the I was going to say the inventory. Good grief. I'll have to have a look in the storage thing to see what we've got. Now, this thing's slow. It does 21 mile an hour. Ah, crap. We've got the Unimog there. I think we can sneak by still there. Oh no, we can't. Can we? No. May actually be able to sneak by. That's the thing. This thing's not exactly big. Please clip through. Thank you. That's sweet. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to cope. Like I say, this is 216 horsepower. Not exactly powerful, but it is heavy. You can see how it's sinking. Alright, we'll look at our storage. We need to go all the way down this end. Where is it? Here. That is balt, which the yield on that was sickening. So yeah, we've never done rye. And then we've got, rye, millet, and then we've done them. So we'll get that set up in the field. Shouldn't take too long, 9 meters. Pop that down to like that. 34. That. We'll do 4 headlands. After generate the course, take a look-see. Actually looks real clean. And other than there, that looks a little funky, but we'll let that lie. Drive first waypoint. Probably wrong tool for the mode. Yep, stop driver. That one. Drive course. Range markers automatic. Yes. And drive control. Put that on full. And deactivate, because face it, this thing is a tank. It's going to drink fuel like there is no tomorrow. Alrighty, that is heading off to the top of the field to do its thing. We'll switch off this. Go back here in case there's any issues. Actually, one thing we will do is turn circle, auto 8 meters, sweet. So we can turn around on pretty much a dime. Like I say, it's nothing crazily big. And sprayer, I want to get this done. You can hear I've got it run. I did a quick test to make sure it will work without dropping us to 1 FPS. Hopefully that doesn't hurt the video. But away we go. I'm not one actually tested with compost again, and hopefully they did. I've no doubt about it. The guys are amazing testers on it. That's the thing, it's stuff like what I found that causes the most headache. Alright, lose that so I can see what we're doing. Want to yield to this, never did it. Look forward to what it's like. Apparently the textures on it are very, very, very good. I've been hearing, of course we've got the little bits in the corners that got missed due to good old course bay. It's a downside to using it. Spraying this field doesn't take too long. Going up the hill can take a little bit, obviously. It's not some God willing, it's really cool. But it's fine. A lot of people, I say this every time I do some spraying videos, they hate it. I don't get it. It's probably one of the quickest tasks you can do in Farming Simulator, spraying. Because you minimum, probably, well, I say minimum, unless you're using the small sprayer, you're talking widths much bigger than the normal working width of seeding. So you 3 meters, 6 meters, stuff like that. 26 meters if you broadcast in fertilizer like that. This I think is 36 meters or something along those lines. It's big working with. In a minute we'll be jumping on GPS anyway. Wish we were just doing the up and down. We've done the headland. Quickly whip it around and we'll be good to go. And I'm thinking about getting Proceed mod back in. Don't know if that's had any issues that people know of. Definitely want to use it for the realistic series that I was talking about recently. I might call it realistic series. There I am, critic to my own, talking about that here this week. But you guys know what I mean. I just hit the controller off the desk. GG. Get that lined up for GPS even, not courseplay. This is where I definitely usually goof. And yeah, I was right, 36 meters. Blip. And away we go. We'll get through this pretty darn quickly. Really do like this sprayer. I keep on saying it, but the Horsch equipment, considering it was free, hands down, probably one of the best. If this was a paid DLC, I'd probably say it's the best DLC they come out with. And the fact that there's so many people that have turned around and said, along the similar lines, Giants have gotta be peeved. They must be. The fact they've actually put quite a bit of money into the other stuff, no doubt. And then this comes along and wipes the floor with a lot of the DLCs they've come out with this year so far. A lot of people did like the Coon stuff. It was good. It was too small for my taste typically, like working with the stuff. Of course, we had the square bell wrapper in that, that's amazing, to be quite frank, it is good. And I may even get that back, thinking about it, because the big pack bales should be compatible with that from the Crone. We'll have to see. But it was an okay pack because of that. My favourite personally is probably the Big Bud pack. The quality, the detail in those tractors are outstanding. They really are. And then you look at the rest of the stuff. We've had the Platinum DLC. Was that really good? I don't know. I was hyped about having a new crop type added. What I was not hyped about was how crap the map was with detailing. And the house looked phenomenal. The house was very beautiful, but the rest of the map was just so bland. So many areas they could have put stuff in but didn't. Probably waiting for FS19 presumably, is what I'm thinking there. And that's it. That's been the DLCs in a nutshell right now. We've still got 2 more to come from the guys who won the opportunity to do it from the map the competition, the mod competition. So we've got MadXJS and FSI. FSI, questionable. They've released, the mods that they have released have been very questionable at best. Some of which have just been very, very unoptimized and very poor performant on computers. The Altimaster is one, and the crawler tractor they come out with, not the one I use. And then even then, the one that I use, which I sing its praises, optimization, flawless. No issues with that, from what I've been able to see. But the track system, it barely works with Giant's own for real modules. Really? Testing? Non-existent? So I questioned DLC. And of course, because it's going to be going through Giants and consoles, it's probably going to be tested quite well, I hope. So you shouldn't have too many issues. Again, it's potato stuff, it's not really my interest. Just because that stuff is very, very slow paced, and for video in it, stuff like that. Unless you were doing a time lapse and spending a few hours in the game, I get bored. Personally, I just get bored. It's not my cup of tea, as the saying goes. Now, Matt XJS he's doing older equipment, and he's doing equipment. Where can you go wrong with that? So is FSI, admittedly, but it's old-timer stuff that I think the majority of the community have been asking for absolutely years. But I understand why we've not had it. And you may be saying, why don't we have stuff like that? Well, this game, it's with all the all the companies that are in here, it's an advertisement for them. It's a huge billboard. Look at our machines, look what we can do. Granted, are they 100% accurate? Are they 100% realistic? That's probably debatable in a lot of cases. As far as the stock in-game stuff, that's why they don't want to add the old stuff. It's why Euro Truck, American Truck, especially American Truck, was having a big hard time adding some of the classics, because they don't want to show them off. They want to show their best, the most expensive vehicles as advertisement. That's what is there. That's the big attraction for these companies, is the fact that it's such a huge advertisement. And let's face it, Farming Simulator Giants, hats off to them. They will remain probably the best farming simulator game out there, even though they're not really a sim in the best part, because they've got most of the agricultural brands out there. They've got some of the biggest players in the game now, and I hope that continues for a long time. They're still missing a couple, but eventually they will come into the game. I have no doubts about it, and we know who they are. I'm not going to mention it. And would I love to see the classics? Of course I would. So hopefully Matt gets that to happen. Maybe the companies will see the enthusiasm people have and go, okay, as long as they have the licensing and the companies still exist and own that licensing for that machine, do it. And that's the issue with Ford. That's why Ford cannot come on consoles. And Matt actually asked Giants, and they asked, and they couldn't, because Ford, namesake, is still owned by Ford Motor Company, not New Holland. New Holland bought out the agricultural side of Ford. Not the namesake, obviously. So that's the big thing right there. And why I pulled around to the seed area, I have no idea. I meant to go to the normal fertilizer to fill up. You saw I had a hard time getting this thing out for whatever reason. Jeez. That four-wheel steer catches me out. I should have gone through the other door immediately. There we go. Park this back. Then we'll jump over, check out the curvets, and get rid of that. Now we finished off the sugar beet harvest. I do want to say that, so I'll show you guys quickly. We did that on the Monday's live stream. If you guys missed that, that archive will be live, probably already by now. We got, I think, 4, maybe 5 loads of sugar beets down here. I'll be more than enough here. I'll probably never need to do sugar beets again, to be quite honest with you. We may do potatoes at some point. That field was, yeah, took a while. It took the whole stream to harvest it, and we did end up plowing it using the curvets, so we used our time very wisely actually on that one. I'm quite pleased with process on that, or progress should I say. In a minute we'll go over, check the sheep out, see how they're getting along, see if they need food. They should be okay. We'll be in the process of probably getting some corn planted up, none too distant future. Maybe actually that field we'll do corn. I don't want to do a particularly huge silage harvest. I do want to do a harvest. That being said, that field does have an awful lot of hill in it. So I may not use that field for corn, thinking about it. Because, well, look how steep it is going up there. You can see where I was coming back and through, or back and forth, should I say. Alright, let's check out Curvits. Yeah, perfect time to come to see the Curvits slipping. It'll figure it out. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Hopefully. It got this far fine, so... I don't know why it's now struggling. Probably because it is on the steepest part. 216 horsepower. Yeah. That's the only reason I wouldn't keep the tractor around too much. Okay, so let's check out the sheep. And to do that, we'll jump in our mower. This is the Profit Hopper. I believe this is actually from... Yeah, this was put up on the mod hub. This is not this one specifically, but the other one it comes with. It's the one that can do the cleanup and all that stuff. Now I know there's someone, I'm not going to name who he is, he knows who he is, that doesn't like the fact that this, to feed the sheep grass from this. Well, realistically speaking, you wouldn't be feeding the sheep anyway, would you? Not grass, not like this, not anywhere in the game. They were claiming that it's too mulched. Well, pulling up a real video of the Profit Hopper in action and grass being filmed coming into the tank, it didn't look mulched at all. Actually, it looked pretty nicely cut, because this mower is a flail mower. It's not a normal standard knife mower, so it'd be good for brush and stuff like that. And by the looks of it, they are actually empty. Sweet. So we'll go along, feed them, do the despicable thing of using this to cut the grass. It just makes sense, let's face it. It makes sense to use this thing. They're probably low on water too, actually. It's probably why we've not been getting much material, because they're empty. Well, they're empty. They've not got any grass. That's one of my pet peeves with the sheep, is they're in a paddock. They should get some sort of feed from this. If anything, we could feed them hay again. They're in a grass field. That'll all change once, if we get seasons into the base game, which I got my suspicions that we are getting seasons into the base game come FS19, and it's a little hunch I've had for a bit now. I wouldn't be too surprised. I know the CEO of Giant Software was extremely interested in seasons when it was in development. I'm not going to say who I've heard that from, but let's just say I have heard that from a very, very reliable source. And that was, like I said, that was back in the day of it under development. I heard that, so the fact it's on the mod hub now, and the fact it's on consoles, let alone anything else, proves a point that it's probably going to be on there. So I'd imagine any of the script stuff that did get brought across to consoles, I can't remember, I know Seasons for sure, I can't remember what else has, I believe the 4 real modules, expect them in the base game. Common sense really, isn't it? That they're going to be in there. Hopefully. I'd be kind of disappointed if they're not. It'll be in a base form, no doubt. Alright, that's that all cut. Just smooth off the edge along here. Need to get a thumbnail too, so it'll probably be the Curvits. And what time is it? Coming up to 20 to 6 already, jeez. So I need to do one more video tomorrow, which is actually Wednesday. I always do this. I loaded up Oakfield, had to test it for oxygen. And like, yeah, screw it, I'll just record on it as well. So that is the chosen one. And then we need to do our West Coast one. And the countdown to us finishing West Coast is happening sooner than later, unfortunately. Beautiful map, do like it. And by the sounds of it, know of a person that is probably coming up with a map soon. So, or releasing a map soon. So when that's released, I think I know our next map that I want to do. As long as I like it. I don't know if I like it yet because I've never seen it. Alright, we'll trust our sheep, we'll leave that open. Jump in a tractor of whatever sorts we have kicking around. And give the sheep some water. This thing is so slow going, but it's a mower, what do you expect? Why is this... Is that a taco? Yeah, it's just a taco. I can see the RPM down there. I was going to say, if that's the speeder that does 30 miles an hour, why? I did go past it. Yeah, I did go way past it. Son of a gun. It's a shame they took little fun stuff like this out of the game. Before they had missions and challenges where, like, to mow the golf course's grass. That's why the Profie Hopper was in-game to begin with. And then they had the Easter egg of golf carts being up there. That was so fun. Golf cart races in the multiplayer. Such a shame that stuff like that's gone nowadays. Even the, like, you found, whether it was glass bottles or whatever back then, or horseshoes, I forget. You found all 100 of them and you actually got a vehicle. Instead of, oh, here's $1 million money, have fun. Now, having a vehicle that you couldn't unlock in the XMLs was so much more worth it than 1 million credits, which you can just give yourself in the XML files or have a mod to do that for you. I think everyone would agree on that one too. Right, so as soon as we've done this, we'll call it quits. Kurovitz is quite happy again by the looks of it. I'm not seeing any messages of it slipping. And I can put doors on it, so I may run up there and put doors on it, see if it handles any better. But after this, I've got to, well, save that course and go render up for you guys. Well, for me, Tuesday's video. For you guys, I've already seen it at this point. I hope to get all of these rendered up. Not necessarily tonight, but maybe tonight, overnight, or whatever. And then upload. It's the uploading that kills me right now. The upload here is taking about an hour. Well, I guess, oh, just as I was about to say, we will call it quits there. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and we will see you for a video Monday. No promises. I see what I can do. I may have to start live streaming at the weekends. So, as I say, no promises. But until next time, we'll see you guys Monday. Later.